whatever you want out of your life, it's up to you to create. Because every human on this earth is born with this empty canvas. And your life is what you paint.
There's nobody more special than anybody on this earth. It's just people that's willing to go down into the valley of nothingness.
Wake up every single day thinking about how can I change my life? How can I stand on the stage with the giants? I started this on homeless on the side of a Turkey Hill gas station, and I told myself I will not die here. I said, how can I build $1 million business with no money? A conscience in my head spoke to me and it said purpose. They said, when you work for your purpose will begin to work for you, and dreams and beautiful things will start to manifest. And I truly believe this. And when I realized that I was gonna have to put on my hard hat, that I was gonna have to put on my boots, and I was gonna have to strap up and fight for this dream, that's when things started to happen. I told people I never wanted to be the man and the leader that stood in the front and everyone stood behind me. I wanted to be a leader that everybody stood on side of me and we fought together. And we won't sell our soul for a taste of a light bulb. It's time that real comes to life. That's why the world is falling in love with this motivation, because it's real. You can feel it, you can see it, you know it. Because my motivation comes from my darkest days. You want me to come to the middle of the projects? I'm coming. You want me to go where murderers sleep and live? I'm coming. You want me to fight that abusive husband that's beating on you? I'm coming. I'm going to take drug dealers and turn them into community leaders. I'm going to turn murderers into security. I'm going to turn drug addict mothers back into beautiful queens. I'm going to turn broken men into kings. And I'm going to show them that everything you tried to hide, God placed inside of me to tell the truth. So when I say the kings are on the rise, we are on the rise.
Has felt it. Every winner has felt it. Every soldier has felt it. Every victorious person has felt it. The urge to quit.
See, in your life, everybody has a turn back moment. You have a moment where you can go forward or you can give up. But the thing you have to keep in mind before you give up is that if you give up, the guarantee is it will never happen. No way under the sun. The only way the possibility remains that it can happen is if you never give up no matter what.
Don't you give up on your dream. I don't care if you don't have the money, you don't have the help, and you don't have the background for it, and you don't have the friends for it. Don't you give up on your dream. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. It may take you twice as long. You may have to take courses and classes. You might not read as fast. You might not move as quick. You might not have as much, but don't you quit.
A person's character is not judged when they ride the wave of success, when everyone chants their name and you want to be their friend. No, your character is put to the test when your back is against the wall.
I want the guy who struggled. I want the guy that failed and could still get back up again. Your problem is your pain has identified you. Your pain has weakened you. And some of you, as long as it's a perfect day, you operate in excellence. But as soon as the circumstances change, you quit, you give up. So what makes E.T. different than everybody else? Every year I just kept going. And I kept going, and I kept going, and I kept saying one day gonna be my day. But you know what I'm not gonna do? I'm not gonna quit in the process. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna give in.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do in these days of darkness? What you gonna create? You gonna sit there and whine and cry, or you gonna use the creative powers, the creative juice your God gave you?
Don't expect people to understand you. Don't expect it to make sense to anybody why you've got to do this, why you have got to go, why you leave. This is a good job. I'm going. They pay you well. I'm going. Why? I don't understand. You don't have to. I'm going for me because I've made a different kind of commitment with my life. This is something I have got to do.
It's not what they say about you that matters. It is what you say about you that threatens your destiny. You will never be defeated by what they say about you. You will be defeated by what you say about you.
They say, what are you doing, man? You're out of your mind. I don't understand what you're doing all this for. You know, it doesn't make any sense. But the person inside believes it. F what they say. I don't care what they think. I understand that because I believe it.
Stay the course. Give yourself a reason to wake up. Stay the course. Give yourself a reason to get dressed.
No matter how impossible your situation may seem,
Stay on course. I guarantee you cannot pass it if you quit. I guarantee you're gonna fail, but you don't know what's gonna happen if you keep going.
Will you stay the course?
Before life is over, you got to go through everything. You gotta speak to yourself. You gotta stand up or life will tear you down. You gotta make up in your mind, it's tougher than I thought it was gonna be, and it hurts more than I expected, but I'm gonna keep on hopping till I cross the line.
This is what you do. You are built for this. You would just believe that your day coming, that the sacrifices you are making today, they gonna pay off. But if you do not believe, it ain't gonna happen.
Ready to learn, and I'm also ready to challenge. And I'm ready. I had a really great, somebody made a rebuttal video to something I said about strikes. The channel name is Hot Facts with Robert Reese. Hot Facts with Robert Reese. Robert, R-E-E-S-E. He has some gig channels. He's an OG in this space. He's out in Cali, I believe. We had a back and forth in the comments, a respectful one. He challenged me on some things. I challenged him on some things. I love it. I'm gonna get him on the show probably the next couple weeks. Me and him have talked in the comments about that. Go check his channel out. It's got some interesting content. Go check him out. Second channel.
Well, all right. Well, all right. Excuse me. This is Hot Facts with Robert Reese, people, Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. That clip right there, I was actually watching some videos. I was actually watching one of Dash Theory's videos, and then that popped up right after. And then it's obviously not a short, but that video popped up from his live, and I was like, oh, shoot, I forgot about this. So that was great promo right there, and that was when I had 30 subscribers. So he took wind of that first video when I had 30 subscribers, and boom. That was crazy. That was like a little flashback right there. So I said, let me make that a short, because that was actually good advertisement right there. So that came from Pedro's mouth right there. So I said, let's go ahead and put that up, people. Let's go ahead and put it up. Happy Friday, people. Happy Friday. I hope your roads look better than my roads out here. There's a lot of construction going on. They're trying to fix a lot of things, but all in all, the pickups have been pretty good. Wait times have not been bad. I don't know what's going on, but it seems like right now, at least in my area, that is going all right. So cannot complain about that. Cannot complain. I got a couple tip alerts yesterday. So that put me up to, I did the final calculations. I'm at $33 now of extra tips from what the people gave me extra. Okay, my goal for the week is 50, so I'm at 33 right now. I still got the rest of today, tomorrow, and on Sunday, so it looks like I'm probably gonna hit that. I'm gonna cross my fingers, because nothing is certain unless the deal is done. Okay, unless the deal is done. We got some great news today. Some pretty interesting news, and some news that involved a little case study. A little survey of enough people. We have some information for California. I don't know how exactly it's going to break down into the gig game, but I'm going to try to do my best to interpret that for everyone who does do gig in California. Okay, and we have some news from the Rimler v. Postmates, the settlement for if you were a driver between I got the numbers here, but from 2017 to June of 2021. So I have the actual payment information on when we will receive it. Last week, I let everyone know that this has been the longest period that they have not did a continuance. So normally the continuance would take maybe about a couple of days after, and they will post that up. It went a whole month, so that was a good sign there, and I said that's a good sign. And then this morning it's updated. It's letting us know exactly when we are going to when they're going to send them out, and when you should get your payment disbursement. So I'm going to give everyone that has been driving, and if you drove for Postmates and you did not think it was junk mail and throw it away, everyone that did not throw it away, I got the information for you. Okay, I have the information for you. We're going to get into some comments. We're going to get into some news. We're going to do all of that great stuff. But first, let me do this. Ricky Knight, what's up? Rideshare Lisa, what's up? What's up, everybody else out there? Trinisha, what's up, cousin? What's up, cousin? How are you doing? I went out today and did some deliveries. Now today, I told you guys on Fridays, it's my challenging day because I got to dip out to Orange County to go pick up my son and then dip back out here. So on those days, the morning time really has to be effective for me to have a pretty good night, so I'm not staying out all night. So I went out this morning. It was not bad. I got 6 orders in, so that was not bad at all. Sometimes when it's bad and I can't get those orders in, it just puts a little dark cloud over the whole rest of the day. But I got those orders in, so I'm not stressing. I'm not stressing at all. So I'm A-okay. I am right on pace, because once I dip out there, directly once I get on. I don't even take the freeway here to get to the freeway I have to get to. I take the streets. But once I get to the freeway I have to get there, it's going to be, there's always one part where it's traffic no matter what. It does not matter what it is. There's traffic. I got to hit that, get there, get him. I'm going to probably do like maybe 2 or 3 orders right there in North County, wait for that traffic to do whatever it's going to do, then dip on back. And then bada boom, bada bing, and I should be on pace so I can just do my regular night. Those are how my days go on every other Friday right there. So it's a challenging day, and if it's not working right, they could be terrible days. So when they're terrible days, my half days have to be way, way, way productive days. But if not, hey, it is that day here. But we are going to, should I do comments or news? I'm going to get into the news. Let's get into the news first.
Legislation is Senate Bill 4205. It would require automakers to provide 24/7 help to police when investigating these carjackings. And joining us now to talk more about this is Cook County Sheriff Tom Dart. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate it.
You know, this is an issue that's important to a lot of people because we've seen those carjackings go up here in Cook County. Let's talk about this legislation. How would it decrease these carjackings countywide?
You know, there's a lot of proposals. A lot of them will be helpful in different ways. I go out with our people when we do carjacking operations. And so I can tell you firsthand from being out there, this is a game changer. If you require the car manufacturers to have a 24-hour hotline so that when a car is carjacked, we can immediately contact someone to get the tracking going, we will catch them. We'll catch them quickly. Right now, it is a complete crapshoot, and I've witnessed it firsthand where we'll call people and ask for their tracking to be kicked in, and the excuses we get are incredible.
Let's talk about that, because I know you've been very candid and open about, you know, some of the automakers that help, like, for example, OnStar. That's a General Motors product. They're very helpful with your investigations, but not all automakers are. What are some of the excuses that you hear from those manufacturers when it's time to track that vehicle?
Tia, you nailed it. I mean, GM and OnStar, we couldn't ask anymore. When we have a car that's been taken, we call them immediately. The tracking is going on, and we get cars. Other ones, I mean, I've been out there when we will call. We're out there, you know, at night, 7, 8 o'clock at night, and they'll say, well, our operations, we only go 9 to 5, so you'll have to call back tomorrow. Other ones will say, this car owner who just had a gun put to their head, we need you to pay an upfront fee now before we'll engage the system. Others will say we need warrants, which we do not need. And so it's a whole litany of excuses that people are clearly not understanding the gravity of this. These are desperate times. We need help, and we need it now, and we don't need another task force to study anything. This is the game changer.
I know you want this legislation to happen soon because this is obviously a huge issue in our county. What needs to happen next for this bill to become law?
You know, the legislators could not have been any better. They were fantastic. One after another were signing on as co-sponsors. They've been sort of struggling with trying to figure out the best way to go. And I think most people that I talked with today understood that this is the most important tool we could have. And so there's been widespread support already. So we're hoping to get this across the finish line by Friday.
All right, we'll see what happens. Sheriff Tom Dart, thank you as always for.
Woo! Okay. So here is the news here. Okay, now that news right there was for, and what really struck that was, you know, there's been a high number in car thefts due to rideshare, which all the numbers have increased because of that. And now they want to put things inside so people, you can get, you know, your cars can be protected. They're trying to put some things onto, you know, the motor industry specifically because if they know that cars are going to be taken, they're going to have to be able to put some device in the car before they sell it so people can get their stuff back. Too many people are losing out on their things, so they're trying to do that right there. Rideshare Lisa. Yes. And I would like to speak with you. I'll send a message through. I spoke about it the other day. I want to speak about some safety and things, so we'll go ahead and get into that. Okay, so this is the Rimler versus Postmates. Now this is The first settlement came for a different one about a year ago. This is the next one. This has to do with the mileage that you were doing or using while on Postmates. So as you can see here, it says anywhere from June 3rd of 2017 to January 1st of 2021. If you drove for Postmates in California at that time, and when they sent out the collateral in the mail, if you thought it was spam and you did not click on it, you were not involved in this. But if you did click on it, you are in. Okay, so pretty much back in November was when it was supposed to be decided on, and then we had 2 or 3 continuances after that. It got up to April for April 6th. They did not continue it again. And as of right now, I'm going to tell you guys exactly when you should expect your money. Now, some people did direct deposit. Some people did theirs in form of a check. So if you did yours in form of a check, it's going to take a little bit longer. But these dates that we have on here, okay, July 11th is the effective date, and the distribution date is on August 11th, okay? So if you were in the first wave, you're going to get yours before the August 11th because you're in the first wave. They sometimes send those out a little bit earlier, but the distribution date on when you should receive is August 11th, okay? So that is going to be the day right there, and that is if you are in California, okay? That's if you are in California. This is California news right here, specifically for drivers who opted in on the Rimler v. Postmates, okay? That is very important information because right now what's going to happen is while gas is so high and all of these other things like that, these people are going to get some money back because the company did not pay them what they were supposed to be paid in the first place. So it's going to come back right now when it's that dark day and you really need it. You may need to get your car fixed. You have other things going on that you have to get done, and that money will come in and help you out, okay? It'll help you out. Now, I do believe the next piece of news here, let me see. I do believe it is a good one. Let me see. Is it on this clip or no? It's not on this clip. Okay, no, it is not on this clip here. So I'm going to take this one off right now. But I am actually going to read about this one, okay? This has to do with California also, people. This has to do with California also. Now, I don't know how this is going to affect the ride share and all the gig economy here, but I'm pretty sure they're going to have to do something right now because of how much inflation is going up and everything else like that. California's minimum wage projected to rise to $15.50 faster than expected due to inflation, okay? Now, there's a lot of you out there saying, well, I thought you guys in California, were already getting $15 an hour. Okay, let me go in and explain exactly who's getting the $15 an hour and who's not getting the $15 an hour. Okay, I'll go ahead and explain that right now. Okay, so it says California's minimum wage will likely rise to $15.50 per hour for all workers next year, an increase that will come earlier than expected due to inflation. Okay, that's what authorities said. The higher minimum wage will take effect on January 1st, 2023, triggered by a provision in the state law that increases pay when inflation exceeds 7%. Okay, so right now inflation, it's going up a little bit too high. It's going up above the 7%. So because of that, there is a provision in the California state law that says if inflation exceeds 7%, then they have to go ahead and help us out here. Okay, the wage increase will benefit millions of California households that are struggling to keep pace with the highest rate of inflation in decades. The governor's office said in a news release, for years, the state's minimum wage has increased steadily while inflation numbers remain modest. Much like the rest of the country, Californians have been contending with higher prices at the pump and at the grocery stores. Last month, consumer prices jumped 8.3% from a year ago. The U.S. Department of Labor said Wednesday, currently California businesses with 26 or more employees. Now, here's where it comes in for you guys who want to know. I thought you guys in California were already getting $15 an hour. Okay. Now, in California, anyone with 26 employees or more, those workers get paid $15 an hour. Okay. Any business where you have 25 employees or less, your minimum wage is $14 an hour. Okay. Now, how that breaks down to in the gig game in California, how Prop 22 goes off of, you get paid, like I get paid in my city here, it's $16 an hour. Okay. Up there in San Francisco, it's $22 an hour. Okay. But in my city, the reason why it's $16 an hour is because this is warehouse central for all of the warehouses and most of the manufacturers in the United States. Their main distribution center is right here. Now, the minimum wage or what they are averaging as a worker at these distribution centers, they're going in at a low $18 an hour. Okay, some you're going in at $20 an hour. If you know how to operate a Raymond, a Crown, a stand-up double pallet jack, a Reach, a cherry picker, a RC, if you know how to operate any of those, you can go in at $21 an hour, right? So because we have all those warehouses here for gig workers who are in my city here who are doing the work, it's $16 an hour. And then that's how it breaks down up there in San Francisco too. Okay, so as of right now, okay, it's gonna go up, but back in 2017, it was only $10 an hour. Okay, so it's going up, it's going up. Now I don't know when it comes down to us gigs. Now that is going up, I don't know that if they're gonna switch that over here. Now this is good information here too that people need to hear. Because there's other states that have policies put in place like this, how California has a law that if the inflation goes above a certain amount, then they're going to go out and do things like this. States right now that they are putting in the hourly for the drivers. If inflation keeps going up like this may happen in your state also. Okay, so you need to pay attention to this. This may happen in your state also. Now, because we are gig workers and it's based upon what city you're in, I'm guessing they're going to have to, when this goes in full effect in January of 2023, the gig apps in California, they're going to have to adjust. They're going to have to adjust their hourly pay or the base pay for the hourly guarantee for us drivers here. And that is just due to inflation. So if you are in a state right now where they have introduced the hourly, okay, the same inflation that's hitting California is hitting everywhere else, okay? These are things that might trickle down and go over there. That's why this information here is very important. Sometimes when you hear it ahead of time, okay, you can start to plan a little bit better. Okay, it says the law requires an automatic increase for everyone if inflation increases by more than 7% between the 2021 and 2022 fiscal year. Okay, now everybody has to know that a fiscal year is different from a standard calendar year. Okay, now officially inflation figures won't be final until later this year. The California Department of Finance projects inflation for the 2022 fiscal year will be at 7.6%, higher than the year before that they did report. Okay, it will be the first time the provision has been triggered according to the Los Angeles Times. Okay, now Newsom he made this announcement about minimum wage. Well, right now in California, there's an $18.1 billion inflation relief package that includes $400 checks to registered vehicle owners, rental assistance for some low-income tenants, and help with past due bills. So the bill that they're passing right now for California, on top of what they already have for the gig workers, they're going to be doing this, and this is probably going to be going out. I know that they're starting another moratorium here in June. They're starting another moratorium here in California in June. So it kind of makes like everything is planned. Another moratorium is going to start. Okay, inflation's going higher. They're going to raise the minimum wage. They're putting in a new bill because of this other package is because of the inflation bill. So if you are a driver, it says it includes a $400 check to registered vehicle owners. I don't know if that's going to be an every month thing or if that's a one-off. But if you are in California and you are a gig worker, you are using your own vehicle. Your vehicle is registered to you, so this is extra money that's going to be coming into you, which will help you out. Okay, it'll help you out. Now, people, inflation is no joke. So if it like how they're rolling over all the hourly pay because of California and what we did here, inflation is hitting everywhere. It's hitting us. And if it keeps getting like this in areas where it keeps getting worse, there's going to be more relief packages going out to other cities, to other states. Now, when it comes to relief packages, people, obviously, they're going to have to raise, which is inflation. Things are going to be raised up. So they already have the numbers projected. So what they're going to raise them to and how much they have to give everyone. They already know how much they have to give everyone so that this whole thing works. So people, they're putting in all these steps ahead right now. So while it looks like a big giant puzzle right now, scattered out, okay, like you can actually see, okay, there's a corner piece there. Okay, this one matches up here. Start to put your puzzle together right now. It starts with us here in California, and you all know what happens. It's just like when one reporter gets the news, when you watch one news station, every single news station, they're doing that exact same story, okay? They're doing the exact same story. Birds of a feather flock together, okay? Now, this next one here is a pretty good one, okay? Now, this is in the New York Post. It says 1 in 4 delivery drivers admit to hooking up in their trucks, okay? That's what the survey finds there. Now, okay, I don't do Uber driving people anymore because people try to touch you and things. All that other stuff has happened. I don't do that anymore. So, but I do know there's every type of person that drives a vehicle. So there's all these people that drive. So there's certain drivers that you never know what they have in mind. Okay, so some drivers give the full package deal, all right? Okay, a new survey discovered shocking and racy details about the lives of couriers, including that 1 in 4 delivery drivers have hooked up with someone while on the job. Okay, conducted by Circuit, a route planning app for drivers. The survey polled 564 drivers, a group comprised of 69% food delivery drivers and 31% other couriers. Okay, so they did a mix up thing, you know, mixed it in, try to make it so that it's not all one-sided. Okay, so interacting inappropriately with the customer was one of the most common indiscretions reported. The findings read with 27% of drivers participating in less than professional communications and 25% revealing they had hooked up with someone while working. Okay, now that is disgusting if you are a person ordering a ride share and you're trying to get a ride to the airport or just up to the store, or let's say you got your kids with you and your kids hopped in the car and dude just got done doing a shabam bam in the back seat and you sat on that stuff. That is disgusting right there. That is not good. Okay. Now it says, while it seems to be it seems to be too wild to be true, a Florida man was fired as an Amazon delivery driver last October after a woman was caught sliding out the back of his van on camera. Okay, they caught a woman sliding out the back of his van on camera. Now, when you watch that, what's that show where all the women, they sleep around and they talk about it and make it seem like it's all good? You can do it whenever you want. Sex in the City, that one. Sex in the City. They sleep with delivery boys and all that stuff. People, they make these shows because this stuff happens. Okay, it also says one DoorDash driver. Okay, DoorDash is in the game. We got an Amazon Flex. So you know they did a survey. So they got they have to show something from each side here. It says one DoorDash driver who was later fired even held a food order hostage from a customer because he wanted sexual favors in return. Help me out a little. He said, help me out a little sexually and I'll deliver the food. The driver supposedly messaged the woman who took it to social media, and that's how that got there. And he said, if you don't, he's going to have to cancel the order. So I guess someone was that desperate that they were like, I got your food and you're going to give it to me. Not to try to, this is not funny at all, but I kind of want to go a little bit deeper into that. Was this dude doing a joke? Was he doing a video? And was it someone that was a My 600 Pound Life? Or was it someone that was, I want to know, because trying to keep someone's food, right? Trying to keep someone's food for a sexual favor seems like a joke. So I'm kind of wondering if he was trying to pick on someone that was heavy set. That is what I want to know. It didn't go in further about that. It just stopped there. So my imagination is what I have to try to go off of there. It says further indiscretions. Okay, the survey found included urinating around customers' home. 9% of respondents of the people there have said they have done that. Be real right now, people. This is the time to be real. Have you ever picked up an order and you had to go to the bathroom so bad, and then you were like, man, I got to get this order off because it's going to be late? They're probably talking about times like that. But if you are a person, now we do know that people go out and create videos for shock value, right? I wonder if someone is actually going out there like, I'm going to pee by your house. If you do that, there is something crazy about that. But 9% said that they pee by a resident's home. Okay, and the same people, 9%. Okay, and eating food deliveries. Okay, oh yeah, we all know that we see people eating people's food and making fun of people like, I ate your food. Okay, it says that, and they thought that this was shocking, but we all know. It says that 80% came from eating food. Okay. 80% of those questioned said, eating people's food, such as tampering with the food. In fact, against, it's against many of the rules that we do, but they said clearly it doesn't stop drivers. Okay, intentionally damaging packages, stealing packages, and opening and resealing packages were also reported at 23%, 17%, and 17% respectively. Okay. And this is what the survey said there. Now we got a little bit more in this one, okay? It says drivers who participated also admitted to passing judgment on customers for orders. Okay, now give what that said. It says drivers who participated also admitted to passing judgment on customers for orders. Specifically, 78% of couriers judged people's orders, okay? 78% of couriers judged someone's orders. Now, we all know that I'm going to tie that into no tip, no trip, because that is the only thing you can tie that into, okay? Now, if we take the 80% of the people tampered with or ate someone's food, okay, and then 78% of couriers judge people's orders, those two numbers right there are too close to not go hand in hand. 80% and 78%. The other 2%, okay, the other 2% are people that were just sitting on the fence there, and they were like, like something changed in those 2%. So that 2% of the people there, they may have stopped judging orders, or they kept judging orders. Okay, but 78% of couriers, okay, judge people's orders. Okay, so that's crazy right there. And recalling the most bewildering ones also included some driver put sexual lubricant on orders and did something to a Christmas tree. That is crazy. That is crazy. Why would a driver Now I don't know what the customer would do to you to make you go put some lubricant and some other weird and some other weird stuff, but that right there is crazy. What would make someone you will get deactivated? You'll get deactivated right when that happens. Let me see some more on this one. Now it says, but the job isn't all that bad. It said 42% of respondents said that their customers use them for TikTok trends. Okay, so I'm guessing they're trying to say that from the 80% and the 78%, from those two right there, I'm guessing 42% of those 82%, I guess, were being used as just jokes. And I guess we got to take that down to there's like 28, 29% there. I don't know, but don't fall for these people's jokes. And there's a video. Excuse me one quick second. Excuse me one. Okay, sorry. I had to try to my screen went crazy right here. My screen went crazy. Now there's this driver here, and you guys can't see this clip, but there's a FedEx or Amazon driver, and what happened was, I guess there's a note on the package, and it said, "Will you do a dance for me when you drop off my package?" And this dude really took the note and went and started dancing when he dropped off the package, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, he's really gonna do that." Excuse me, why is my screen doing this? All right, I got it back. But people, do not do dances, and like, if you actually participate in the notes, then that means you're pretty crazy right there. Why would you participate knowing that people are doing these things to put you on YouTube, to put you on TikTok? And if you are doing these things just to give you a reason to go do these other things to people's food, that is a shame on you right there. That is a shame. But people, shockingly, okay, 80%, now 564 people, okay, is not doing a survey. I know that there was a survey done the other day, and they surveyed like 10 people from like different states. And I was like, how are you going to survey 10 people from like different states? Now, what they probably did was they probably were like, well, these 3 people here, or whatever the group on how that went, those people represented like a whole large group. But no. Now I will listen to a study of 564 people. So of 564 people, why is it? Okay, so from 564 people, 69% were food delivery drivers and 31% were couriers, okay? 31% were couriers and 69% were food delivery drivers. So, but 564 people. So 80% of the 564 people that were right there tamper with people's food, and they do all of that other stuff. So that is actually not good right there. Tampering with people's food. People do not tamper with people's food, and do not prejudge the order, because you prejudging the order is making you go and tamper with the food. Okay, that's making you tamper with the food. We cannot have that at all. And then there is another piece of news here that there is a woman, okay, and she has a baby, and the baby I think was like 3 years old, I think, and the lady was trying to conduct an exorcism on the baby. I guess trying to make the baby throw up to get the bad spirit out, choked the baby and stuck her finger down the baby's throat and did some crazy things. The police were called, and the lady is in jail right now for child abuse. But I do know that I have seen cases that when people are doing these exorcism things, or the people that practice sangria, the people that practice sangria, it's really hard for these people to be charged with a lot of the child abuse things, because they bring in all of the religious and all of the other things. So I don't know what's going to happen with this woman for choking her child, sticking her finger down. Now, the police report did say that there's red marks all around the child's neck from the squeezing, and something happened in the child's throat from the finger going down. So that means she was holding the child so hard by the neck and shoving her finger down at the same time, trying to get the child to throw up. Like, that is crazy right there. I don't know what it's an exorcism. So someone was, I don't know if she was doing it by herself. It did not say if the exorcism was performed with someone else. And then I have no idea, but that is what was happening right there. That is pretty nuts right there. And then, people, you got to watch out. I want to bring this up too, because I saw this on one of those TV shows. Like, they show like nannies that spank kids with the cameras at home, but this one was a little bit different. There was a babysitter and there was a little child there, and what the babysitter did was she had the baby on the floor spread out and had candles lit all over the place, and she was doing satanic rituals on the baby while the parents were there at work. And they thought that things were a little bit strange at home, so that's why they put the camera up. And then they found out that the person that was there watching their child had their kid on the floor spread out with candles around doing satanic rituals to their child. Okay, so I'm telling you, ring bells and DC cabs, they catch a whole lot. Now, you guys did see that in the title here. It's about don't quit. If you did not see the beginning, I always do a pre before the show starts. There's a 10-minute pre of whatever else it is that I want people to take a look at, to listen to. This whole week, people's motivation. There's motivation because everything is up. Everything is up. You even have people quitting their W-2 jobs because they say they're spending too much on their commute. Okay, so people, do not quit at all. Do not quit at all. There's too much fight in the game for you to quit. Times are going to change, and we just have to roll with them. It's like if you've ever done jiu-jitsu, bless you. If you've ever done jiu-jitsu, you roll on the mat. You learn how to roll. If you're a wrestler, you know how to roll on the mat, but don't give up. When I saw on the news today that people are quitting their jobs because their commute is too far, I'm like, man, but see, a lot of these things, a lot of people are quitting because they don't know the proper routes to get to work. Like, and what I mean, like proper routes, I worked in Orange County, okay? I live in Moreno Valley, and when I moved out here, I was still working in Orange County. So I would commute from here, and I was like, well, since I buy a train pass, I'm going to be taking a train. I said, what benefits do I get with the train? I saw that the RTA, all their buses are free, right? But then they have commuter buses. Commuter buses are like, they look like little shuttle buses, real comfortable seats and everything. They pick up only on certain stops. So there was a stop by my house. When I got on that commuter bus, everyone on that commuter bus who lives, some people live even further out than I am, we are all going to the train station, and some are going to the other cities in San Bernardino's train station. The commuter thing takes you directly to the train station. You get on the train, okay? You go to work. I don't have to pay for that commuter thing. I go to work, okay, on the train. I get off the train, and there's another commuter one off the train that drops me off in front of my job. So I was able to get to work like that without, wasting my own, all that gas on my car. But also at the same time, people, when you get a job at a W-2 and HR gives you that packet and they go over benefits and things you can take advantage of, look at the transportation part and see if they will reimburse you for buying your train ticket. Look at all that stuff. You can look at that stuff and be saving you money and be getting to work for free and getting that money back. You do not have to quit your job if you think there's no way to get there. Trust me, there are ways to get to your job, okay? There are ways. There's been times when I was like, shoot, I'm about to walk a whole 2 miles so I don't even got to get here and there. There's, you know what I mean? Like, there's times I'm like, you know what, I'm about to save. I'm about to get on the good foot. Those are just experiment days mostly, but they do happen. But there are a lot of times where you can actually figure out the routes and you can get to work. So for everyone out there that has quit on their job right now and you quit, do not quit. People, if you are doing the gig economy, if you are doing any gig job, I will say this: do not quit. But if you do quit, it's going to be better orders for everyone else. But more people will drive depending on what platform you are. But do not quit, okay? Do not quit. I'm telling you, your pockets may look a little cheap, a little flimsy right now, but they will stiffen up. I tell you. They will stiffen up because you have no choice but to go and get it. Right there. Now, today, my deliveries, I got my 6 deliveries in, right? And I know for a fact that if I was some other driver out there, some other driver would have quit because I only got like 3 orders that were over $8. I only got 3 orders. The rest of the orders, no, 2 were over 8, 1 was 7, and ended right under 8, and the other ones were like 4, 5, and 2 4s and a 5. But you got to add in 45 cents to all of those. But check this out. I had my app on. I had the app on since when I turned it on to take my kids to school. So all the way until I got my last order in, when I got back here, it was like almost 12. It was almost 12. So from that time, those were the only orders that were around. I was in my spot. I wasn't traveling long distance for these orders, so it did not go that well. I gotta check my phone. I gotta see if I got any tip alerts. It was not bad because I never drove more than 2 miles for any of the orders. So while the orders did come a little, they were like sporadic, when they did come in, like my last order, the very last order I did, I think that was 1.5 miles, and it was an $8 order. So I did $8 for 1.5 miles. The other orders were 0.9 miles because where my hotspot is, there's a lot of apartments and townhomes that are connected, like they walk outside and they're walking directly into the town center where the mall is and to where our Day Street is. So there's a lot of apartments there. A lot of those people order. Now, let's say if the delivery drivers they're already on orders, there's going to be a little surge, okay? And then it bumps those orders up. So then you'll get like your 0.9 for $5.50. That happens all the time. You'll get like your 1.1 for like $6. You know what I mean? So you'll get those a lot, and you'll start to see a lot of those orders right now too. You'll start to see a whole lot of those orders right now, a whole lot of orders that are given low miles. Now, there's a lot of drivers that say, they won't move their car unless it's worth it. But then we also have many drivers that say they don't take orders when it's only going, the under two miles, because they think that the wait time is going to be longer than the actual pickup, so they don't take those orders. Now, I take the orders when I know what the place is, because a lot of the times if you watching my videos, I do a lot. I'm inside that same shopping center, and I'm dropping off really that quick on those same orders that a lot of people are passing up. I just take those because I know it's just going right there, and I know the place that I'm picking up from. I said this before. We have a Five Guys right where I do pickups from. Actually, one of the Five Guys employees, my neighbor. But if there's a Five Guys order at like lunchtime, I'm not going to Five Guys for one of those regular orders like that. Five Guys, the order is never ready on time because they make them fresh. Like they make them fresh. Pretty much, they make the fries all the way fresh. The fries are the longest thing that takes you at Five Guys. I don't take Five Guys orders on lunchtime simply because it's going to be a longer wait. You know, even though we do get that Prop 22, I'm still not going to take that Five Guys order at that time. I put up today in the video my acceptance rate for my the past 10. They do the past 10, but then they give you overall grade for your past 100. I'm at 90%. Now, I'm not right now at the higher percent right now because when I get an order like that Five Guys order, I'm not going to take that order. There's certain orders that I am still not taking. Now, if it's the same dollar amount and it's a Cinnabon order, or if it's a Baskin-Robbins ice cream order, I'm going to go and take that order because those are already made and they have it in the freezer already inside the bag. It's rolled up, it's everything, and it's good. You can just go in there and pick that up and then be on your way. Some McDonald's are like that, but the McDonald's that are like that, the ones that are like that, the order's probably been passed around and it's been sitting there. But when it's a Baskin-Robbins or when it's something like that, instantly I'm going to go and pick it up. When it's a Sally's Beauty, if it's a GameStop, instantly I'm going to go and pick it up. Because even though they may have a customer in line, what they'll do if when you go ahead and check in, check in. Once you check in, even if they are with a customer, they'll go ahead and just grab the item and then get it right to you, and then you're in and out. They kind of do it the same as if, you know how when UPS goes in and they have to get that signature, they get that signature quick. So places that I specifically know the order is really, really fast like that, it's a no-brainer. I don't care about if it's the less miles. People think, well, anytime I turn my engine on, it's going to cost this much, or you know, all of these other things. There's just a lot of money out there that's being passed up. But if something is 1.5 miles or something, and I'm going to go ahead and grab that order, especially if I know the merchant and how they get it done. Many fast food places, I will not do that. Like we have the Michaels here. I'll pick up from the Michaels. The Michaels, they put everything inside the cubbies already. All you do, you check your phone, you look at the cubby, you pick it up and you go. Okay, you pick it up and you go. We have many places like that. Subway, 80% of the time, Subway is like that. Subway, the order is already there. Jersey Mike's, I would say Jersey Mike's. I would give it 55% of the time on Jersey Mike's. The order is already ready. You have to wait for them to make those sandwiches. Typically, we have here in California, we have a lot of taco spots. A lot of the taco spots, your food is already made. It doesn't take long to make tacos and burrito. It's wham, bam, bam, roll it up, boom, foil it up. They don't even individually do it. They put the tortillas and the meat and then roll the foil up as one and then give it to you. So those places are always quick. Another one that is always quick. That's always quick for me out here is the Ono Ono. The Ono Ono Hawaiian barbecue is one of the quickest pickups. Now people think Hawaiian barbecue, that's a quick pickup. Yeah, people, all they're doing is rice. They don't even put the teriyaki sauce on top. They already have someone that fills all of those sauce things. They give you 2 sauces. Everything is just boom, boom, boom. It's there. The orders are already done. A lot of people think because they think of the type of food it is when you're eating it, and people think, well, it must take a long time to make that food. I'm not going to take that order, people. Don't do that. Don't quit on those. Don't quit on those orders there. Don't quit on those orders. Those are money-making orders. And you know what? A lot of those orders are people that tip really, really well. Now, I will tell you another order that I just don't do these orders, period. And if you do these orders, much power to you. I don't do these orders at all. Wingstop or Buffalo Wild Wings. I will not. I would rather deal with the rude staff and the ignorance of Popeye's chicken than deal with Wingstop and Buffalo Wild Wings. When you go to Buffalo Wild Wings, especially here, you get your order and you go, and it's giving you an estimation. Like it says, okay, the full estimation for this order might be like 25 minutes or whatever. When you get there, the Buffalo Wild Wings instantly turns into 45 to an hour. Not doing that at all. And then anything at Wingstop, not doing it. Now, Wingstop used to be really good for us on Postmates, but they took Wingstop off. But they took Wingstop off. They took Wingstop off because it takes long. And that's when I really didn't mind the wait at that time, because this is what I used to do at the Wingstop. We used to have to go and order and pay. So it was an order and pay at the Wingstop, which really made it like, so your order is going to take long. So what I would do is whenever you get the receipts and they say take a survey and you get like 3 wings, every time I would go into the Wingstop, I would do the survey. And I was always getting wings. So I would go in there and just eat wings whenever I was in Wingstop. So I really didn't mind the wait because I was eating wings and watching TV. But you kind of get tired of that. You get tired of chicken and you get tired of waiting for an hour for no reason. Wingstops here are notorious. Yes, the poke bowls. Poke. If you have a good poke spot, people, pick up those orders. And it does not matter, if there's a poke and ramen place that you have nearby and these orders are really close by, take those orders. People, you have to stop separating things. You cannot separate sushi. People tip on sushi. Okay? If they're ordering sushi, people, most of these people are going to leave you something extra. So if you don't take a short order from a ramen and poke spot, you are missing out on a very good tip. Most of the ingredients that they put on there, we all go to sushi restaurants. You see how much a roll costs. And they're getting these large poke bowls, these medium poke bowls, 5 proteins, 3 proteins. Some have 4. You can add on. You can get your imitation crab, spicy or regular. They have all these things that if you went ahead and just bought it will cost you a grip. And whenever you go to a sushi restaurant, you do tip. So people, you gotta start thinking about that too. Just because the order is closed, it's not about the order is closed and how much you're getting paid for the actual order. Some of those orders, these people are spending some pretty big bucks on those orders. So do go and take those. Now, I do have orders sometimes where, like you said, 80% of the people will prejudge an order. I'm human like everybody else. You'll look at an order, even though you accepted the order, you're pretty much, you're prejudging the order. I've taken orders on face value that I thought was like, it's really face value, and then ended up getting something really, really great. So you never know. But I do know that there are hidden gems. Like I'm getting ready to sign up for Spark, or I'm going to try to sign up for Spark. I saw that there's many content creators that have Spark, but Dash Theory TV is the one that he's all right. He uses Spark and breaks it down. Like he breaks it down on how to receive more orders. He's showing a little bit more in the detail on the orders, and he goes over a little bit more, and he gets it done in like 6 to 8 minutes too, as far as the important information. So I know that Kim Side Money Plans, I know that Gary Middleton said that he has it. I know that Van, I think Van said that he has it. I know Dash Theory TV says he has it. There's a few more content creators that I have seen that have the Walmart Spark, but from all of those people, I do see how maybe I should add that in. But Dash Theory TV, I'm gonna actually go and see if they have slots open in my area. I do know that for Ship, there's no room for Ship here, so I'm gonna see about Spark and see about that. Now, I got questions. I have questions now, even though I've seen some videos from Dash Theory TV, and I have seen. I think I've seen going in and shopping, and I think I've seen just picking up the straight orders, or I don't know how that goes in. But Dash Theory TV, I did reach out to you today. You did reply. So I'm gonna try to sit down and get an interview in with you. You did say the weekends are best, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to get that done. People, when I'm gonna do an interview for just anyone to get some information in, sometimes if I can, I would like to have them in on Hot Facts live from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday. People, that is a daily thing. Or I'll just go ahead, whatever time they have available, I'll set up shop, and then we'll just go ahead about that there, and then that'll just be a specific slot for interviews, specifically just interview slots for interview videos. So I'll go ahead and just do it like that. So I know Dash Theory TV says he's pretty much the weekends are good. What's good? Wood? Stanley Tucker. He has a very busy schedule. People, he's on Zoom. He's on Zoom notification calls and things nonstop. He's fixing computers. He's doing a lot of things. So trying to get him scheduled in. And of course, he has a boxing channel. He's an analyst. He breaks it down. So he has to figure, it's with a lot of these people, it's all about time and trying to get it in. So I'm going to do my best to, whenever they say that's the time they have available, I'm going to do my best with my service in and do my catering to them. Service is service, people, no matter what it is. So if they say they're only free at this time, I'll try to make sure that I'm going to do my interview free at this time. I'll just have to free up time, or, just reorganize my time to fit this in, because if it is important, you will give it up. If it seems like you gotta do too much to figure it out and you want to quit, I'm not going to quit. I'm just going to rearrange things to make that happen. People do have W-2s. A lot of people that I will be interviewing, they have W-2s. Some are on call. Some have clients. So it's all about just getting my agenda filled up and penciled in. But I'm going to try to get Dash Theory. Maybe you know what, brother? Maybe tonight or tomorrow I might do. But Rideshare Lisa, while you are here, I want to try to get something with. I'll try to get my wife to sit in on this too. I know she doesn't like the camera and things like that, but I'll try to see if she wants to sit in on this because she's a woman. I want to go over safety as far as what gigs of the gig jobs women most likely would do over the men. Which ones do we do this? Which ones do we both do the same, or can both do? Because some have heavy lifting and things like that. And as far as safety, you want to pick up what times do you stop driving? Do you do delivering? Do you carry mace, pepper spray? Different things, and then we can get some feedback from the women, and then we can get some feedback from the men. Because I know my wife, she doesn't like to drive at night. She says that there's crazy people out at night, and she doesn't want to do that. And you never know. So there are differences with the gig when it breaks down there too. So I want to do something where I can have some people explain, and explain certain things to do when you're on deliveries, like at night driving, simple things like that. I'll reach out to you guys and try to have you guys on for something else like that. But that's something I do want to go over, because there's a lot of people who are going to be getting into this field, and people want to know safety precautions. Now, I do put up clips and news briefs of carjackings and things like that, but some people say, well, how often does this happen? What should I do to protect myself? What if I'm a young dude? What if I just got my driver's license and How old do you got to be to drive? It's got to be 18 or 21, one or two because of alcohol. You know, if you're 18, 19 years old or something, and you just start driving, you know, some people may want to know, and it's different if you're a man and a woman in that sense too. And then we have some experienced drivers who, you know, they venture out because they know how to protect themselves and do everything else there. So I think that would be a good one there. So I want to try to get that one lined up. I want to get that one lined up. I have to get a couponer. I'm going to get Gemini on as the couponer. I got to figure out that gig and how they are helping people save like that. But I got a couple that we will be getting in here. In Dash Theory, I did reach out to him today, so it looks like I'm going to be you know, getting in contact with him at some point after this, so we can set that interview up so he can appear here on Hot Facts with Robert Reese. I do know that we do speak in a lot of the chats and in the group chats on watching other people's lives. So, you know, we are cordial there and everything is good. And he always gives me a hot facts. So, you know, big ups back to him. Now, people, he's very informative. If you ever want to do like the grocery thing and you want to know how to do that, he's very informative, okay? Oh, I left out some news for you guys too. It has to do with tip baiting. Okay, it has to do with tip baiting. There's an article that just went up on tip baiting, and you know, the drivers that say that people are just purposely just taking their money away from you when you get there. And like I said, people, there is a percentage of people that actually do the tip baiting, but there's a larger percent of the people that they just don't know that they're taking away from the driver instead of the merchant. Okay, that happens there. So it's a thing on tip baiting, and the tip baiting. What did it say? It said what did it say? Let me go into this thing. Let me go into this tip baiting thing. But the tip baiting thing was. Okay, here it is. I think I found it. Yep. I'm so glad I have a monitor that sits right in front of me, and I can just go on. So this says that. Okay, yeah, we all know that they can go ahead and do that. Let me see, what did this girl say? Now it says majority of delivery drivers' salaries are being made up by the tips, so they prioritize those orders that will pay out. Now, okay, I want you guys to know this about that. Okay, this whole judging the orders and all of that can include in your tip baiting. Okay. If you are judging the order and you're making sure that order takes a long time to get to that person's house, or making sure it gets cold or whatever, you are contributing to your own tip bait. Okay. If you just do the order normal, you don't give the person a chance to have anything go wrong with the order. Okay. So, and like it said, now I do know that most delivery drivers, you know, you make most of your monies off tips. So you want to make sure that every order you take is going to be a tip. And you say that being selective and not taking orders is the only way to do that. That is what you say, but that is not the only way, okay? And you get people right here that completely see. There's one thing about statistics that people have to understand. There's one thing about statistics. As long as there's numbers, there's always going to be something on the other side. Always. This is not like one of those things where you say, if someone says all or most, it's not likely or it's not true. When you're dealing with statistics, as long as there's multiples of different people, there is always going to be another side, and you cannot go against that. That's not from no Churchill. That's not from no one. That is from me, myself. While dealing with statistics, as long as you're dealing with any other variable involved, there's always an other side of the fence that you have to look into. So Tip baiting. Yes, there is a percentage of people who will tip bait because they feel that a driver will, it's not even go above and beyond. They're just trying to get a driver to do what they're supposed to do in the first place. Some people say they're trying to get the driver to do above and beyond. What I do is not above and beyond, it's just what I do in the first place. So they're just trying to get a driver to do what they're supposed to do. Now, it's wrong that they're going to go ahead and take the money away, but we cannot change that. That's just like we get some people that don't tip. We get some people that just don't tip. We cannot change those people. Those people that actually tip bait are the same people that are in the no tip category because they just do not tip. We have to account for those, and that's just miscellaneous. We already know we have that. Okay, we already have that. It says I've been doing this gig stuff since 2000, and I know there's areas and that tip and there's areas that don't tip. Yes, now you can get to some areas. Now there's going to be some areas like in the hood. If you deliver to a park where there's multiple trailer parks and there's no grass in the front and areas like that, most of those orders are going to just be, I'm ordering this for what it is. Obviously, we know that there are places like that. We have places like that. But and now dealing with statistics, we do know because it is a statistic. Because there are certain areas, we have to know that there's certain areas that won't tip because they just don't have the money like that. Okay. Now, there are some people that like to deliver in those areas primarily because there's normally a lot of cash tips in those areas. And some people, they know that. Some people don't want to take that risk, but we are dealing with statistics. See, that was mentioned, and it's true. There's always something else there. But when it comes to tip baiting here, there are things that can happen that the restaurant did not do. What if someone said no mushrooms and they put mushrooms? There are things that can happen that's the restaurant's fault. There are things that can happen that's the customer's fault, like they really did not ask for anything that they said and it's their fault, and they're going to tip bait you or take the tip away because they don't even know what the hell they actually ordered. You get that a whole lot. And Right, Lisa said, I learned it from doing rideshare where I pick up and where I drop off. That's how you do it, people. You learn where you pick up and you drop off. That's why when she said that's why there's times when there's no orders, it seems slow. Too many drivers. Yep. Why did my screen black out right there? It says, okay, Lisa said, why when there's times there's no orders, is it slow? Too many drivers? What's your take on that? Oh, like when there's no orders at all? Yeah, all right. So my take on this right here, when there's no orders, like when I go out there, like if I have my app on, and there's a few times where I've had my app on and I only got like one order in like a whole hour. Okay, people, we have to understand, well, I normally work in industries where there's waves. Okay, so what I mean like waves, if you work inside a gym, okay, there's you have the AM time for people that go to the gym in the morning where it gets busy. Okay, it gets busy like the afternoon, and then you have like when 11 o'clock comes, 11, 12, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, it's all dead time in there. It's all dead. Okay, all these people are in their jobs. Like we're working. There's dead time. There's dead time in everything that we do. There's so many restaurants that we pick up from. Okay, that we pick up from that. There's just the other restaurant is getting the order, and the order didn't come to this restaurant. Or when someone's going online, you know how on sometimes when you order and it says that this item is out at this restaurant, but it's available at that one. Sometimes things like that can create the downtime also. She says if there is a peak or surge and you're not seeing anything, good guess that there's a lot of drivers on the road. Yes, if there's a surge and you are not getting any orders, That is a good one there. Okay, that is a good chance that simply because there's so many drivers on the road, you're not getting the orders, or it's like it's not, or it is like that. And the surge could be going on. Now, here's how a surge can be misleading. We have the surges, the boost, the peak pays. We have hold on. Okay, so the surge is misleading like this. So let's say it shows red, bright red. It shows, oh, plus this, plus that, plus that. You don't know how many restaurants in the area people are actually ordering from. What if one restaurant or two restaurants are really busy at that time, and then they say that the whole area is blowing up because the people that are ordering are around that area, but they're only ordering from these two restaurants here. You know, a surge and a boost can be misleading. They don't let you know if all the restaurants are hot. I think what they should do on these gig apps for us, if they want more people to, you know, deliver more orders, I think that the restaurants that people are ordering from the most, or the drivers are picking up the most, those restaurants should have like a hot sign, a flash hot sign by them that pops up on your app. You know what I mean? So just so that you know, instead of having it inside like a large peak pay or a large zone that says it could be money here, I think they should just have something show up for when you get a buzz from that individual restaurant, so a driver can say, you know what, I'm gonna take the gamble on this one. This restaurant's hot. You know what I mean? I think they should do it like that. If they want to get, but then again, if they did it like that, it would be working all the way in our favor all the way, and they do not want that. They need to keep things to themselves. So if they put up a big umbrella of this, and this, then there you go. Robert B. Rohn says, I work for DoorDash, and if there is a peak pay, there are more drivers on the road, as you only might get 2 or 3 orders in an hour. Yeah, and that's because I think that it's not all of the I don't think it's all of the restaurants. I think it's just a select few restaurants that are picking up, or when a restaurant really is clicking, I think that that's when they turn it on. But I don't fall for those boosts. I don't fall for the surges. I don't fall for those at all. We have them here, and in San Bernardino, right across the canyon there, I can cut right on through. They always have 1.5, 1.7, 2.0, 2.25. They always have them. That area is just a little crazy, but when you get there, it's not as busy as what it seems. Okay, because in those areas there's certain spots that are like hot spots, and you got to go from hot spot to hot spot. Then it'll have a hot spot arrow here. Then if you want to go to this place, you click on that arrow and it will navigate you to that spot. That's how it is. And if you work like that, you're gonna be following something that's never gonna lead you to the money you're trying to get. You gotta buckle down, settle down, do what you gotta do, and take care of business. Now it's 3:03, people. I told you guys I gotta make that Orange County trip, so I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna do my thing like Chuck Woolery, people, and be out in 2 and 2. Thank you for watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese. Peace out.